everybody, and welcome to another story time. So, this week I guess, I don't know, am I uploading these weekly? But this story time, we're going to talk about my grandma and grandpa's old house. So, I don't know if I could actually say that it's haunted. I don't think that it's haunted. But I do believe that energies can stick around, and if something really terrible has happened there, then I think that it can kind of stay. So anyway, when I was staying at Grandma and Grandpa's house, and this is before the demon and the nightlight story, which it's a true story, which is recorded on my stories, my horror stories thing. I'm going to be doing a storytime video on that, so we can get a little more in depth. But anyway, so I can't tell you what happened in Grandma and Grandpa's basement. Previous to the events that occurred, because, well, that's not my story, and I feel like it would be wrong to talk about someone else's trauma. But let me just say that something very traumatic happened to a member of my family in the basement. And so it's weird. But the basement for me always had kind of a sinking feeling. You know how when you walk down the stairs in some places and it just feels heavy, and maybe walking up the stairs won't be as easy? Well, that's kind of the way that Grandma and Grandpa's house felt. But it was weird because during the day you didn't feel that way, and it wasn't really dark and gloomy. There were windows and stuff, and my grandpa's piano was downstairs and stuff, but it was split into 3 separate rooms. And so there was the room that my grandpa's piano was in, there was the playroom, and then there was the laundry room. And so walking down Grandma and Grandpa's stairs to the basement, it was off the kitchen, but the back door was right there. And so it was just this really skinny stairway. And so there was a lot of times when my clumsy little kid self fell down those stairs, but I never really got hurt. It's just, I got a little banged up, got a little bruised or something, but I never broke a bone or anything, which, I mean, that's important, because you would always hear it if someone was walking down those stairs. They were old and they would creak. And so that makes it important for the weird feelings and stuff down there, because you always kind of felt like you were being watched. And now sometimes it's just one of my grandparents or someone else who lived in the house. It was in the laundry room or cleaning up the playroom or whatever, and that was fine. And these events occur after the nightlight story, and so this is maybe a year or 2 later. But my sister and I were sharing the room with the piano in it. My mom and dad were going to college, and so it was really hard for them to take care of my sister and I, and then also take care of their studies and stuff. And so we were staying with my grandparents. And so Grandma and Grandpa put me and my sister in the same room downstairs. And so we were in the room with the piano, and I remember my grandpa had a moose head on the wall, or like a deer head. It was something that was just like really creepy. But I mean, that's how it is with hunters, I guess. But the room itself felt fine for the most part. But then, like, every once in a while, you just felt like you were being watched. And I was well above bedwetting age at that time. But every once in a while, I would wake up and, like, I would have piddled in my sleep, and, like, I was having really bad nightmares down there. I had no idea why. But, I mean, I don't know. But anyway, like, you would feel like someone was watching you. Every once in a while, the door to my sister and I's bedroom would be opened. And it's just like a really weird sinking feeling all the time. But I remember one time I was waking up, and it was probably like 4 a.m. So no one else was awake. And like the piano was open. So you know how pianos have like this like little lid thingy that covers the keys? Well, that was open, and it shouldn't be, because it never was unless Grandpa was playing, and he never did that while my sister and I were sleeping. And so that was open, and I thought that was weird. But I just closed it so we wouldn't get in trouble for playing with the piano. And so I was having these really bad nightmares, and I can't remember what they were about. I just remember that I was really scared. Like, I know some of them were just like all of my teeth falling out, which, I mean, that's a dream I think everybody has, or falling off a cliff, or things like that. And I feel like everybody has those kinds of nightmares. And I can't think of anything specific, but like, yeah, it was really weird. So you'd have like this sinking feeling going downstairs. And I would just, the moment I could, I would always get upstairs. And sometimes it was like 2, 3 a.m, and Grandpa would be up or something, like watching TV or planning a motorcycle trip that day. Like, he kept weird hours sometimes, but he used to be a firefighter, so that makes sense. And so, like, he would always ask me what I was doing up, and then I would have to go back downstairs. And so it was a really uncomfortable space, like, for no specific reason, or at least no specific reason that I knew of until way later. Like I said, there had been trauma that happened to a member of my family down there, and so it was, well, I believe it was just the lingering feeling of like fear and despair that existed down there. And I think that's what brought on the demon, or at least that's what I think it was, that was terrorizing my sister and I. But anyway, like, have you guys ever had like that kind of feeling, like being dropped in an elevator or something, like just walking down to another room, to where the energy in like this space somewhere else is just so drastically different from the rest of the house, and it just makes you feel weird? Let me know in the comment section, like, if you guys have a similar, if you guys have similar stories, or if You know, it was just little kid brain being little kid brain. Who knows? But anyway, guys, let me know what you think. And yeah, remember to join the Ginger Snap Army and click that subscribe button. Make sure and hit the bell icon so you guys don't miss my uploads or my live streams, because those kind of go on a little bit randomly. But anyway, guys, I love you all, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!